Hello and welcome back to another episode of On Campus. I'm here with my very special guest, Malika Mirador. She is returning from Reno, Nevada from the National Speech and Debate Tournament. And first off, I want to say congratulations. I know you took silver with team debate and bronze in informative speaking. And speaking of your team debate, what was your actual topic in the gold round?
So our topic in the gold round was essentially that gene editing does more good than harm. And because we're the affirmative side, we had to affirm that resolution and prove that it does do more good than harm overall.
Okay, that's great. And is it true that you only get about 20-ish minutes to prepare for the actual topic? And what was that actually preparing for like?
So yeah, usually or at least for states and nationals, we're given like a list of 5 different topics, and both teams kind of have to agree on about what we're gonna argue about. And then so once we agree on a topic and choose that, we have 20 minutes to prep both sides, get to like find evidence for their arguments, get to like define the different things, and then after 20 minutes or that once that time is up, we finally get to like actually argue about the topic.
Really? So both you guys split up and one of you takes the, I guess, the negative side and one takes the positive side. What side do you normally take?
Well, in team debate, usually one teammate like leads the charge on the affirmative side,
Okay.
and then one leads the charge on the negative side. I tend to lead the charge on the negative side, no matter who my partner is. That's just the position I prefer. But in that debate, we were the affirmative side, so my partner took the lead on that one, and I got the rebuttal speech, which is always kind of like my favorite because then I get to kind of kick out everything that the other side is saying, which is just kind of what I do on the negative side, anyways, minus the building part.
So you really like to argue, be more of the gritty side of things, if that makes sense.
I think so.
Yeah, that's nothing wrong with it. That's a great thing. And speaking of your informative speech, what was your actual topic for that?
So my topic, just broadly, it was called electrified concrete. And right now, there's a lot of innovations being made in green energy. One of them is electrified concrete, and all we're doing is we're just adding this chemical called like carbon black to concrete, and that kind of allows for larger amounts of energy storage. And this also happens to facilitate the merriment of a bunch of different green energy sources that we already have, like solar panels and windmills, and then just kind of allows them to all work together and streamline the process and the transition to something like electric vehicles, and just allow for everything to kind of work together in harmony.
Oh, that's great. So this could be the potential future of everything.
I hope so.
There
It
you
seems
go.
like a really good solution to climate change and a lot of the issues that we have.
That's great. So was this your first national tournament, or have you done previous other ones before this one?
I've never been to any national tournament or a state tournament before. This is my first one in forensic, so I was very excited.
So what was your preparation for a national tournament? I know that that's a big thing. Not many other college campuses or community colleges have sports that go to national tournaments. What was it like to do your first national tournament?
It was a lot of hours. I spent a lot of times, especially on our like designated speech and debate days, just rehearsing my speeches over and over and over again, getting a lot of rounds in when it comes to both parliamentary debate and IPDA. So just doing a lot of different reps, not only on the designated days, but almost like every single day, just trying to stay in the mode throughout like the 2 weeks before the tournament.
Yeah.
And then even before that, I was just trying my best and trying to stay on all of my work and stuff.
There we
So
go.
just working really hard.
You know, I wouldn't, me personally, I think you're doing so much better than me. I don't think I'll be able to do this. That's beyond me, I guess you could say. But what led you to go to Solano and what made you hear about the forensics team?
So originally, right out of I got out of high school, I was originally gonna go to UC Davis. I had like sent in my like intent to register and everything, but last minute I changed my mind. Not only because like my cousin, she really enjoyed like the program here at Solano, just their interactions with it. She went to another college completely, but she told me a lot of good things about the Solano speech and debate team. And then also I wanted to kind of make sure I had everything figured out first. So that was what led me to Solano. And then in my second semester here, I took an argumentation and debate class with Dr. Doug. And then he kind of told me about the speech and debate team, and I was really interested in joining. So I joined, and that's how I got here.
That's great. That's great. And if you had a chance to actually speak to first-time speakers here at Solano, like in a public speaking class, for example, what would you say to them to join the forensics team?
I would just say that kind of anyone can do it. A lot of times people are really, really scared to do public speaking just because it's really unnatural to kind of get up in front of all those people and try to like persuade them or just talk in general. But overall, I think it's really a comfortability thing. And even with competitions and stuff, it doesn't really feel like a competition most of the time because everyone is just so friendly and the comms community is just such a great community. And it's so welcoming to all different kinds of people and it really allows you to find your voice. So especially anyone, especially the most introverted person, I think could benefit the most from being in the forensics environment because again, it just allows them to express themselves in ways that they probably didn't know that they were able to. And that's kind of what got me into speech and debate in general because I was a really shy kid. I didn't really talk very much. But once I started taking Dr. Doug's class and then I took more comm classes, I felt like I really found a home in the forensics community and just in the communications department in general. So I think that anybody could benefit and anybody could compete in speech and debate. So
I mean, I completely agree because I, public speaking is actually one of like the number one fears in the world. So I completely agree on that side of things because I took my first public speaking here with Greg Pop, who's the director of everything here. And I was so nervous, but he actually said, come join the sports broadcasting class and see what you like. And now we're here. We're doing great, so that's all I can ask for. Now, back to you. What's one memory that you will never forget from your time on the forensics team?
I think one memory was just after all of like the breaks and everything, or we found out who placed at the national tournament. We were all just kind of hanging out, and it wasn't just our team. It was other teams from around this area, but also from like around the whole United States. And we were all just like hanging out, chopping it up, just like talking about not only like our schools and our events, but like also the other things in life, or just things that we all relate on because again like that what kind of stood out to me just because all of us are super different. We come from a bunch of different kinds of places. The US is pretty big and every state is like a different country, but we were all able to kind of come together and relate, and it was just a really cool moment at the national tournament where all these stakes are super high. We were all still be able to come together and just talk and have fun.
That's great. Y'all had that sense of community, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's great. Well, that's all I have for you today. I want to say thank you for joining me today. And thank you guys for listening. I'm your host, Jaeden Smith, here with Malika Mirador, and we'll see you next time.